to stay right into that?
Yeah. You know, baby, I love you. I've heard all the lines. I've cried oh so many times. Those teardrops, they won't fall again. I'm so excited 'cause you're my best friend.
So to start out, I have to confess I have a little confusion about pronunciation. Is it with the bugle U, Hudak, or is it kind of like Horton, here's a Hudak?
Ah, there you go, a Dr. Seuss fan. Hudak, like who dat guy that I've got on camera right now.
Okay, that's I've got that one straight. Let's talk a bit about your biography.
Yeah.
I'm really fascinated by that. There's a whole lot of stuff with a lot of diversity crammed into not a whole lot of years there, and it's quite interesting. What I'd like to do is go through 3 or 4 of the highlights.
Sure.
And you can tell me a bit about the experience, and you can tell me a bit about how that might shape how you would function as leader of the Conservative Party and leader of the province of Ontario.
Absolutely.
So starting out, Canada Customs, Peace Bridge.
Yeah. Well, I'm a border boy. I grew up in Fort Erie, Ontario, so an experience a lot like growing up in Sault Ste. Marie. And when I was going through University of Western Ontario, I worked as a border inspector. It's a great job, paid the bills. A lot of young people get hired in the summertime. I also played a very important role, and it gave you a good perspective too on dealing with people, and really did my best to try to crack down on some of the real problems. Drugs going across the border, firearms, some individuals, quite frankly, that you didn't want coming into Canada that had records across the border in the States. It was a very good experience, and really pleased I had a chance to do that for 4 summers.
Washington University,
Yeah.
full academic scholarship. Did you get a meal card with that?
No meal card, but yeah, I had finished my undergraduate at University of Western Ontario, and wanted to go on to see if I could do my master's in economics because I enjoyed the subject. And applied to a bunch of American schools that had very high ranks internationally, and it was benefited with a full academic scholarship at the University of Washington. So I lived 2 years in Seattle. Did my MA there and was able to be a teaching assistant as well for some of the professors. A great experience, beautiful part of the continent. Really spurred a further interest in politics as well. And then came back to Fort Erie and got involved in the '93 federal election campaign for the Conservatives.
And that international experience doesn't hurt.
No, I really enjoyed it. It was a great educational experience. The Pacific Northwest is beautiful. Well, you know what? We do a lot more antics than that during question period in the legislature, so it's good preparation for those games.
You didn't answer my question, though.
Do we do it in the head office?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do it everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Northern Development and Mines.
I had the honor of serving under Premier Mike Harris as a Minister of Northern Development and Mines between 1999 and 2001. A great experience. I was here in Sault Ste. Marie quite a bit as a result, and I'm very proud of the accomplishments. We doubled the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund, made massive investments in Northern Ontario highways, and we also made decisions that helped make Ontario #1 in North America for mineral investment, and new mines came about as a result of that, like the Victor mine outside of Attawapiskat.
Okay. Tourism Ontario.
Yeah.
You were Minister of Tourism?
The ministry at the time was Tourism, Culture and Recreation. We also had responsibility for the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation. And I was actually Tourism Minister just after when 9/11 struck. And that's a big challenge because people just stopped moving. Nobody was coming across the border into Ontario. So we brought together tourism leaders from across our province, came up with a marketing plan to try to get people moving again. We had some success, additional money from the Treasury, and spurred tourism. There's awesome potential across our province, and it was just a great pleasure to serve in that ministry.
Okay, so where does Tim Hudak want to take the party, and where do you want to take the province of Ontario?
Well, I want to take Ontario down an entirely different path than the one we're on with Dalton McGuinty. I mean, whoever would have imagined that we'd be a have-not province? So I want to make the changes to put conservative ideas into action, not only make Ontario have province, but make it number one again in Canada in job creation and growth, and bring more opportunities to middle-class families to improve their lot in life.